It is 2025. I did not think I had to fucking talk about this. Goku is not a bad father. You guys are so abridged and fused, it's just fucking sad. This was never gonna be a discussion on my channel, ever. But like many of my videos, they all form from pure idiots on the internet. Goku was never a bad father. The main point everyone tries to bring in this is just that he was absent during Gohan's life, but that is not true. Goku was there for a majority of Gohan's milestones, up until the end of the Cell Saga, of course. He raised Gohan up until the point where he was stronger than him. Gohan was well beyond his father's protection. Now, the whole absent thing is only brought up when Goku dies. He was dead for like a year when Raditz first pulled up, like what are we talking about? Then for like 4 years, he was with Gohan until his passing in the final battle against Cell. Now, I also want people to understand the big difference between a father and a mentor. Piccolo isn't and never will be Gohan's father. Goku has had many masters and father figures growing up, but nobody talks about how Master Roshi is his dad or King Kai. Piccolo left this 4-year-old in the woods for a year, somewhat supervised. And y'all want to talk about Goku being a bad father? Gohan and Piccolo have a special relationship, yes, and I won't deny that, but that's because Gohan redeemed Piccolo as a character. It doesn't make him his father, they're just best friends. And this is the tweet that actually pissed me off enough to even make this video. Like, I'm just so fucking lost. Gohan looks up to Goku. If it wasn't for Goku, Gohan would not be training. And what? He doesn't care? So we're just gonna ignore the
Leave my dad alive!
and we're totally just gonna brush off the emotional roller coaster Gohan went through when Goku sacrificed himself due to Gohan's fuck-ups. But Gohan doesn't care about Goku, right? I didn't see Piccolo jumping in or doing anything. Motherfucker just sat there like,
I better get out of here while I still can!
Goku knew of Gohan's power. Gohan even knew of his own powers. He knew he could kill Cell, but his own arrogance got his father killed. And as a father, he took responsibilities for his mistakes. Yes, it was a mistake to put a child on the battlefield, but at the same time, that child can bench press a planet. He didn't like the idea of making his son fight his battles, but he had no choice. And he even acknowledges his misunderstanding of Gohan's character later on in the Moro arc. Goku is not a bad father. Misunderstanding your son is a common thing fathers do because they obviously just expect their child to be just like them. That was Goku's only mistake, not understanding who Gohan is. 7 years later, when Goku announced he was coming back for a day, Gohan was the most excited out of everybody. He ran around the entire world spreading the gospel of Goku's return. But Gohan doesn't care about Goku, right? Let's also not forget when after Gohan was finished training with Elder Kai and he was about to leave to fight Super Buu, this hug meant something. Like, bro, even though Goku was acting a little bit nonchalant, the manga is totally different, by the way, but even though Goku's acting a little nonchalant, Gohan is the one to hug his father tight, and he also wore his gi to pay respects to his father. But Gohan doesn't care about Goku, right? This whole entire debate on whether Goku is a bad father or not is just fucking stupid, and I heavily blame Dragon Ball Z Abridged for this. I'm not hating on the Abridged series, I think it's very fucking hilarious, but it just caused so much brain damage within the Dragon Ball fandom, there's just no fixing this. And with the whole Piccolo is a better dad thing, it's so fucking stupid. What has the world become? And if you want to talk about horrible fathers, I think Vegeta needs to be recognized a little bit for his foul treatment of Trunks in the early parts of the Buu saga. He admits to never hugging his own child for like 8 years. He only just started caring once he finally regained his humanity, or I guess a conscious, not really much of a human, but you know what I mean. Nobody is perfect, and I can 100% assure you your father isn't even perfect either. And a lot of people are also going to bring up the whole senzu bean thing, but dude, Goku giving Cell the senzu bean is not an act of a careless father. He's the only one who knows his son's potential, he trusts his son's abilities, and he prepared him for that moment. And let's not also forget, Goku actually took responsibility for when things went wrong, and he sacrificed his life for that reason. But for real, dude, I'm gonna stop talking about this because it should not have to be talked about. And if you think this was a stupid topic, I do too, I'm sorry. But like, subscribe so I don't lose my sanity, and peace.